very Catholic, so no. If I didn't believe that, I'd say, goodbye cruel world, I'm off to join the circus. If I didn't believe what happens at this altar, I'd go do something else. Yesterday we were in the store, I could have bought a lot of pencils, and I could have started selling them if I wanted to. If I didn't believe that. Since I do believe that, I did not buy any of the pencils, and I didn't desire to go sell them. I had something else I wanted to say, and it's gone. My head is flipped over. Abraham. What else did I want to say, Lord?
Melchizedek.
It's really simple. It's gone. Anyway, maybe I said enough. If it comes back to me, I will tell you what it was. But this Melchizedek is kind of a different. Oh yeah, Abraham offered Melchizedek the tithe. This is where we find the tithe, the tenth. He offered Melchizedek 10% of what he won from the war with the king. Which shows you something, that Melchizedek is greater than Abraham. Because the lesser is offering someone who's greater. Right? And people argue with me and say that the tithe is Old Testament. And it is, but I'm going to also say this. If the tithe is Old Testament, then the New Testament is not the tithe, but much more than the tithe. In our reality.
What are you saying?
I'm saying this. If the tithe is Old Testament, then in the New Testament, what we give is more than the tithe. We have to offer all to the Lord. So we have tithes, and the Protestant calls them offerings, which go beyond the tithe. Anyway, we can go into the whole experience of giving, and people have not been taught how to give. Have not been taught how to give. And as a result of not being taught how to give, they rip themselves off from the blessings of God. That's really true. It's not that you only keep the church going. I'm going to tell you, when you don't know how to give, you rip yourself off from the blessings of God. The way it is. Honest. I'll give you just an example. Okay? I went to Trinidad and I had $250 in my pocket. Okay? So I knew there were going to be 2 collections, right? So I said, well, I'll put 100 in each collection. Okay? Lord said, no, I want you to put 200 in the first collection. I said, Lord, I won't have anything to give this time. He never answered. So I put 200 in. I'm not trying to boast. I'm just telling you what happened. So I put the 200 in. I got it all back. So that I was able to put more in the next collection. So, you know what I'm saying is, when people do not give, they rob themselves of what God has for them. That's the way it is. And we think by holding on to stuff, we're going to get it. If we truly believe what you sow is what you reap, that's what you get. You keep on sowing and you keep on reaping. We have not been taught that because we have no faith. In order to let go of money, you've got to have faith. So what do we do with money? We give God a nod with our money. Give him a couple of bucks, even a 20. I think that's a lot. Now, I didn't have any more money with $250. Well, the Lord says give it all. What does that mean? He says give it all. So you know what? You give it all. I'm not going to fight with it. Now I'm not telling you what to give. Just listen to God. Listen to God. Don't cheat yourself of the blessing. And I'll just end with this thing. I have people who give me checks on a Sunday night, and I know they don't have much money, okay? So I used to rip up the checks. I said, well, at least, Lord, you know they gave. The Lord says, don't do that anymore. They gave. You give it right back to where it's supposed to be. Don't play God. Because you're holding something back from them who gave by thinking you're a nice guy. That's that. That's the way it is. Okay, Lord, put the $5 in. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. How do I want to end? I want to end by, we are going to celebrate Mass as the Eucharist. I share in the priesthood of Jesus Christ in the order of Melchizedek, which means every priest that the church has ordained is a priest according to the order of Melchizedek. And they are priests forever, even the ones we've thrown under the bus. And let me tell you this, if we've thrown priests under the bus and not taken care of them, God will not be mocked. What we sow is what we reap. I don't care what they've done. I'm not saying put them in the parish. Don't hear that. I'm saying they are priests forever. They are the anointed, and they should be taken care of. When you throw them under the bus, then you have God to answer to.
That's right.
Because what you are sowing is rotten seed. And if the church really believed in what we did, that God chooses the weak of the world to confound the wise, the very priests who were broken and did what they did, probably because it was done to them. It's no excuse. If we had shepherded these poor bones and brought them in the glory of God and in the power of the Spirit, maybe things would have been different. But we think ordination is magical. You're a priest forever. All of your problems are solved. I don't think so. When you get the baptism of the Spirit, all your problems just begun. Think about being a priest who is shepherding people. I tell you, all your problems just begin. But who wants to believe that and shepherd those poor people? That's what Jesus